Tamar Braxton is doing a little bit of backpedaling when it comes to the drama that's followed her over the past couple of months. She's been on a full-on press run this week, promoting her new project, talking about the future of the Braxtons' reality show, and most importantly, addressing what really went down on that night she says nearly cost her her life.
Welcome back to the Empire Channel, your go-to spot for pop culture news covering music, entertainment, reality TV, and everything in between. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss breaking news, live shows, or new uploads. Now, quick reminder, the Empire After Dark live show is returning to New York City on Friday, March 13th. Tickets officially went on sale today. This is your chance to be part of our uncensored Hot Topics night. Real tea, real questions, no filters. And yes, this is the only show available worldwide through livestream tickets. All the details are in the description. So let's get into Tamar Braxton. As you already know, we've been recapping the Braxtons' reality series and breaking down her recent tension with Funky Dineva. Well, now it looks like Tamar may have taken Funky's warning to heart because she's been very careful about what she says. She's done multiple interviews this week, and honestly, it's been Tamar overload. I stayed quiet at first, but after everything that's come out since the weekend, it's time to talk about it. First up, Tamar's vocal struggles over the weekend at the Waiting to Exhale 30th anniversary celebration. The reactions online? Whew, people had a lot to say. Now look, I'll be fair, Tamar can sing, no one's denying that, but being a great singer doesn't automatically mean you're a strong live performer every single time. We've all seen the clips where people are like, what's happening right now? At the New York City anniversary show, Tamar performed Not Gonna Cry, and my first thought was, did nobody remember her Essence Fest performance of that same song? Because fans were not asking for a repeat. Then there was another clip floating around of her singing a Christmas song on the Sherry Shepherd show, and again, people were saying, yeah, still not great. Speaking of the Sherry Shepherd show, Tamar also addressed the drama from this season of the Braxtons, especially when it comes to her sisters and the whole Birdman situation. And this is where things get interesting.
To Tawanda, she accused you of a romance with Tony's ex.
Which is crazy.
You know, and immediately, I mean, everybody thought it was Birdman, Tamar. Do you
Where did that rumor come from?
Y'all the sisters, where did it come?
Well, she didn't say Brian.
Right.
Let's be real. That rumor didn't come out of thin air. It happened because someone wanted a TV moment. The big blow-up that got dragged across the entire season over a cease and desist that none of the sisters actually sent was really about her being upset that someone gave out her address. But instead of keeping it focused, the situation exploded, caused family chaos, and opened the door for even more rumors. So don't sit there acting like you're completely innocent in all of this.
But the truth is, I introduced Tony to her husband.
Okay, you introduced her first.
Yeah, Brian and I were friends first.
Okay.
And like real like platonic friends. He was actually dating one of my friends a long time ago.
And
so when they broke up, Brian and I became really good friends because him and Slim wanted to sign me to Cash Money Records. This was a long time ago. And so then he started speaking to me about my sister. I was like, you know, my sister Mary, please go sit down somewhere. And so when Tony got a divorce, he was serious about her. And, you know, made his way in.
So when Wanda said it, how did you feel? It upset you?
It upset me for several reasons.
Yeah.
For several reasons. Number one, it's not the truth. And the reason why it's not the truth is because that everybody knows that the person that she was speaking with was abusive towards me.
Okay, and so that...
Now, here's the thing. Fast forward to 2025, and Tamar's being accused of being involved with another married man. I don't know the full situation between Yandy and Mendices. Nobody outside that circle really does. But what stood out to me was how Tamar handled it. She was sidestepping, backpedaling, suddenly claiming she barely knew the man, saying he was just hired for her music video. But then Funky says you were backstage together and... Okay, moving right along. Like I said, Tamar has been everywhere this week. She also sat down with Entertainment Tonight, and there were a few things in that interview that really stood out to me. I can't show the video here, but you can watch it on ET's YouTube channel. I'll play the audio and walk you through what caught my attention, because body language doesn't lie.
Wrapped season 2 of the Braxtons. It was a tough one. You talked about feeling excluded by your sisters.
No one ever says, you know what, Trina, you're wrong. You know what, Tawanda, you're wrong. You know what, Tony, you're wrong. It's always Tamar. That becomes very taxing when it is a group by one.
Do you have any regrets returning to reality TV in this way?
I do have regrets. Being on television and having to explain my family dynamic when whomever I'm explaining it to has saying the same exact thing going on.
Wow. A lot of the sisters keep saying this is just how families are. And sure, families can be messy. Toxic families exist. But my issue is this. You're weaponizing that dysfunction and cashing checks off of it. Tamar had a major issue with the network before and blasted them publicly. Now she's back working with them again while still throwing subtle jabs like, they told me to post this. Girl, you keep positioning yourself as the victim.
Reality business because we wanted to show our family and we wanted people to see themselves in our family. And not all the time is it going to be, you know, a glorious, beautiful day. Sometimes in families it's very gloomy and very heavy, and it's a lot that needs to be talked about that is not talked about. And whenever that day happens, when you decide to talk about it, it's just something that families go through. And I think that we need to normalize not always having I don't know, a put together scope of a family. It's just not like that. Families are very toxic. And good or bad, you know, we learn from being in a family and into being individuals. And I think that it's okay to talk about the not so great moments of family because we all have.
And I'll say this as someone who's recapped both seasons of this new version of the Braxtons. Yes, families aren't perfect. We get that. But after 2 full seasons, we've barely seen any joy. No light moments. No balance. It's been non-stop toxicity. And normally I'd blame production, but Tamar is one of the executive producers.
Our families.
Oh, one of y'all gave this my address. Y'all tried to shut down my entire business.
Don't say y'all.
They're lying on social media. They don't have it all together. Their family's going through the same exact thing as me and my sisters. And if not the same exact thing, a different level of it.
Something relatable.
Absolutely.
So I think, and that's a generous thing you're offering to people as a lens.
Yeah, but you know, it's not so easy when you're going through it at the time. However, someone has to say it. And, you know, I'm a big believer in mental health and spreading awareness and also normalizing speaking about things that doesn't feel good. And sometimes, you know, our nervous systems get shaken up and you have to learn how to deal with it. And so it can't, you know, be out in the open and talked about if you don't have a resolve. And so I think that is why you see me and my family go through counseling a whole lot of times. And sometimes it's a lot for people, but at the end of the day, if we can't solve our problems between each other, then we have to go to someone for help.
Where are you at with your sister?
I just spent Thanksgiving with Big Mama. We call my mother name is Big Mama now. And Tony and her husband and her children. And Trina and Tawanda, you know, they kind of have their groups, you know. And my dad is in Maryland, and Tawanda and Trina live way out in it. They're not even in Atlanta. Right. Trina lives like 50 miles away from South Carolina. So, wow. Yeah. Okay. And so Tony, myself, and my mother was out in LA because I'm shooting a movie and Tony was preparing for her tour. And so it just kind of happened that way. It didn't happen because I don't want to see you, I don't want to be with you. There is going to be a family connection that's happening in Atlanta for Christmas. I don't know if I'm going to be there because I'm still upset with Tony Braxton for making me wash all the dishes on Thanksgiving.
So you truly are just like the rest of us then.
I am like the rest of you. Maybe I'll come late. Listen, let me tell you something. Just like your best friend, you might have a bad, you know, experience with your best friend, but you still love your best friend and you still want the best for your best friend. You still want to see and be around your best friend, and that's how I...
Here's the problem. You can't say and do anything you want and expect people to just move on. Some things, especially within families, you don't bounce back from easily. That toxic cycle is exactly what we watched play out. There was even a moment where Phil suggested maybe this needed to be the end, and Tamar herself said maybe that was true because she couldn't make any progress with them.
And with my sisters.
Would you go back for a season 3 and continue to share this part of your family?
Oh, did WeTV ask you to ask me that?
Did WeTV ask her, girl?
At this point in time, I don't know. Look, I've learned to never say never, you know? I feel like if there was...
But let's call it what it is. She didn't want to walk away from that check. Before the season wrapped, she was done. This is toxic. I can't do this anymore. And now suddenly it's season 3? After you basically blew up your family for a reality TV paycheck?
A message that I felt like needed to be discussed, needed to be seen, because at the end of the day, the worst part of it all is that I don't want people to watch this last season of the Braxtons and think that this is the end for us and that we can't pull it together and still be sisters. The meaning of this whole family coming together.
Remember, the whole reason for this new iteration of the Braxton show was for Tracy, and because Tracy would want them to be getting along and to reunite. We have yet to see that in 2 seasons of this show.
Together and coming on TV was what we believe to be family. And you can't run from your family, you can't hide from your family, you have to deal with your family. And whether you feel like, you know, you want to distance yourself from family, you're still a family. Yeah. And I do believe that after this season, there is a great responsibility to show what happens after the fact. Now, whether it's on television or whether it's on social media, I don't know. But I'm definitely never going to say never. Yeah. But the truth of the matter is, I will choose myself and I will choose my mental health before any of those things are discussed.
What have you learned from all of this and from watching this back?
Unfortunately, I've watched the clips on TikTok and social media, which is a lot. And I watched them for the first time.
Wow.
You have to understand the Braxtons is a very special show because although we have the same numbers and the same eyeballs as like shows like Housewives and things like that, we are not a friend group. We're sisters, right? Yeah. And that's what makes it all different.
Right, you're connected for life.
I'm connected through blood, through memories, and things that really matter, which is family. And so at the end of the day, you can stop talking to a friend group or someone in a friend group, but I'm never ever going to stop talking to and caring about my family. I'm open to talking about things on camera more than my sisters are. You know, you have to do what you're comfortable with, you know, and if, listen, I'm going to say it again, like it's really all about your mental health, you know, and you have to check in with yourself and make sure that you are comfortable with what you're comfortable with on and off camera. So at the end of the day, I think that is up to the individual. And for me, you know, I've always faced things head on. And that helps me and my mental health. And that is, that's my journey. I can't speak for everyone else. Showing your family with your siblings and then showing your marriage is a lot, you know? And of course I've learned.
What really gets me is this. We never heard about the real stuff she went through. Her 3rd marriage, the drama with her husband, that barely made it into seasons 1 or 2. Instead, the focus stayed on manufactured conflict that didn't even start with her sisters. It was her brother who sent the cease and desist. That could have been a moment where her sisters rallied around her. She didn't even have to say her ex's name. They could have shown headlines, clips, context, something real. That would have supported her new music and given viewers something authentic to connect with. But instead, the focus stayed on toxicity, some of which she helped create.
Along the way, but I also have amazing documented memories that I can take with me, and I can have conversations with my son, who is addicted to Tamar and Vince, by the way, and also the Braxtons. And there are some conversations that come up that I need to explain, but there are also conversations that he really enjoy and quotes that he really enjoy. And the times that I can tell him about, but the times that he can also...
Is your son too young to be watching Tamar and Vince and the Braxton family values? Because there were some moments that I don't think a little boy should be watching.
As well. So that is a joy for me.
So holidays this year, you said you'll likely all be together.
Yeah.
Will Tony be invited?
I mean, I think Christmas is at Tony's house, but I want to go away. I want to go lay on somebody's beach and do nothing, be catered to. So I might go and drop off a ham and leave. Get on the flight.
You know what?
But it's no shade.
Yeah,
it's
can't
just
get mad
that I need a break.
Can't get mad at that. You're still doing your part.
I'm still doing my part, but you know, I absolutely adore my family. Yeah, my mom has done an amazing job, you know, raising us and, you know, and leading us to the true definition of family. And it's just...
And then there's Miss Evelyn. No one expected her to parent grown adults, but in real life, when family drama gets this deep, the matriarch steps in. That conversation never happened on camera. No, what's going on with y'all? No intervention. And that absence was noticeable.
Forgiveness and being there for each other no matter what. And so we're always able to, you know, put this, I call it put the spoon down and give each other a hug.
Not to switch gears entirely here, but I do want to ask the medical scare this summer.
Now let's circle back to the medical scare. Tamar posted saying she almost died, was found in a pool of blood, fractured her nose, lost teeth and mobility, and didn't even know what happened. That post led to major fallout with Funky Dineva, especially when people started blaming him. Funky later clarified that Tamar wasn't alone. She allegedly went to the home with Mendices and another friend. Then came threats of legal action, which disappeared real fast.
Association with what happened to me this summer brought on a whole nother different layer of things that I don't want to discuss.
After Funky warned her not to imply anything, Tamar suddenly didn't want to talk about the incident at all.
Yeah, I am doing better. I have to have another dental surgery right before the new year, before I get my temporaries. I still don't have my temporaries yet.
Your teeth right now are...
It's not temporaries, it's like a whole system that's happening.
You look great.
Well, to God be the glory, won't he do it?
And you sound great. I mean, you seem like...
Yeah, I'm in a better space. It was a really, really scary situation for me. But I'm better now, and things are looking up for me in every direction. So I like to keep it there.
And that's where questions come in. She still hasn't clearly explained what happened. Anything can happen at home, absolutely. But the more she avoids details, the more the story shifts. It makes people wonder, was this part of the promo?
Something like that. Again, without getting into the details, which it sounds like you don't want to discuss.
I don't. Okay. I don't, and because, you know, I don't. Yeah.
That's all you have to say. But things are good.
Things are good, and I'm better.
And what's the takeaway, I guess, from going through something traumatic?
Yeah, you know, going through something traumatic isn't easy, but I like to say the only way out is through. So here we are.
And I think that clarifies a lot, because I think people were concerned, like, why would she post this and then leave us hanging? And it sounds...
Shout out to the journalist asking the follow-up questions.
I didn't leave people hanging. I went to the hospital.
Now the story has turned into, oh, that Instagram story was meant for my private group. Months later, the narrative keeps changing.
Private group.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I didn't leave anyone hanging. It's something that actually happened unbeknownst to whatever's being said. I wish I did make it up. I wish I did know what happened to me. But at the end of the day, here I am, and I'm in a better space, man.
But didn't a doctor already speak out about what might have happened? Why not just say, based on what the doctor told me, this is the likely explanation?
Mentally and physically, and, you know, all the glory be to God for that.
On a better note, 2026, what are you cooking up for the...
Anyway, she's on the promo trail for the new project, Heartbreak Retrograde. You're welcome, Tamar. I had to talk about her this week because there's been a lot. Interviews, shaky performances, and shifting stories, especially when it feels like she's trying to rewrite what happened on the Braxtons and around that incident. Little by little, the narrative keeps changing, but that's just my take. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think about Tamar Braxton, her recent interviews, and her live performances? Don't forget, the Empire After Dark live experience is happening one night only, Friday, March 13th at Green Room 42 in NYC. Tickets, live stream access, and meet and greets are all linked below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a thing. Thanks for watching.